June 5th, 2008, Phoenix, Arizona. At 1:30 a.m., an intruder kicks down the front door of a house and heads towards the bedroom. The homeowner pulls out a rifle and opens fire, killing the intruder and saving the lives of himself, his wife, and his 2 kids. You, your friends, your family, you're sitting in your house. All of a sudden, the door busts in. An armed intruder's right there. Would you know what to do?
You need to either decide to start protecting yourself and your loved ones, or you're going to be a victim.
The things that we do at Counterterrorism Institute of America is open to the American public.
Dennis Kennedy is the president and founder of the Counterterrorism Institute of America.
Shooters ready? Move. The Counterterrorism Institute of America is a private training organization that is geared around the needs of the private citizen.
Practical Tactical and CTIA is in Ogden, Utah at the Swanson Tactical Training Center.
Well, the Swanson Tactical Training Center is actually a facility that was built with law enforcement and military in mind. We just recently opened it up to the private sector so that they can come in and train civilians through our training partners. We think of it as a complete training experience.
Criminals are getting more and more desperate to make ends meet, going to desperate measures to get what they want. Are you prepared if a criminal singles you out to become a victim?
From what I understand, law enforcement is anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes away. If it's not me, who is it that's going to protect other people or myself or my family?
I wanted to be able to defend myself, and when I do have a family, defend my family.
Concealed carry weapons permit holders like Daniel and Priscilla are students at the CTIA. Realistic training scenarios are vital to training any firearms owner. Active shooter scenarios are on the rise, and today, Dennis and his team of instructors are teaching a class on how to react when faced with a similar situation.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to use this training facility to practice our self-defense techniques against a home invader that might come in and try to hurt us and our family.
In the armed intruder drill, the students will be relaxing in the home with a friend when the attacker busts down the door, brandishing a gun. Students must then make the important decision of who will be the diversion and who will be the shooter.
Priscilla actually is the one that screamed, moved back, caused him to focus on it, and took that focus off of you, and then you were able to engage him because you were armed.
I didn't have a choice, yeah.
Training kicked in, that's what we like.
Very well. Excellent job, guys.
Training is exceptionally important, especially if you're going to take the responsibility to carry a weapon. You need to train the way you're going to play in real life. When that moment comes at a split second, you know exactly what you need to do.
I have been in law enforcement for 21 years, so with all my years of experience and training, it's time to put it to the test in an active shooter situation. Hey, drop the gun, get out! Get down on the ground, get the gun away from him. Stay where you are, don't move. Call 911. Okay, clear. No matter what the situation, it is imperative that you get the training necessary to combat whatever may come your way. Knowing simple, effective self-defense maneuvers is essential to your protection plan. You may never know where and when you may find yourself in a potentially dangerous situation.
Being proactive is understanding that you are powerful, understanding that you've got the means to survive, and that you don't have to be a target for somebody, whether it's a stalker, an attacker, a predator, or perpetrator. You don't have to be at their mercy.
Just ask Emily McDivitt. In 2009, she was attacked by a man, but was able to fight off her attacker by striking him in the face and the groin. One of the key tactics in any self-defense exercise is adrenal stress training.
Most of the time when people get adrenalized, they forget where they are, they get tunnel vision, and they freeze. Doing conditioning that allows them to train their adrenaline, that is one of probably the biggest tools.
When we do the fast training, it's such a short but very intense journey. Suddenly people not only get in touch with what they're willing to fight for, but what they're willing to live for.
Bill Kipp is the founder and president of FAST.
FAST is an acronym for Fear Adrenal Stress Training. FAST is unique in that we deal directly with the emotions.
Adrenal training puts students in the high-stress situation, such as a physical attack, to train the body under emotional distress. Doing this allows the students to see how they will react under pressure and how to use that adrenalized state to their advantage. Practical Tactical has assembled a group of students at the United Martial Arts Center to see how they will respond to a situation as close to a traumatic incident as possible.
Most importantly, you're going to learn that your adrenaline and your fear is your best friend in the whole world. And so at the end of tonight, I'm going to put on a big suit and you're going to beat the heck out of me.
Each student has a different reason for attending this vital class. Josh wants to be a police officer. Julie is a mother of 4, and Debbie has a past full of both physical and emotional abuse.
I was sexually abused a lot as a little child. Ended up at 17 getting raped at knife point. Of course, years later, I got into a domestic violent relationship. I know how to fight now. It doesn't mean bad things won't happen to me ever again, but I won't be a victim.
So Bill's getting suited up. While Bill's getting suited up, what we're gonna do is practice some of the techniques that we're gonna use. So we're gonna use very simple moves. The first thing I wanna show you are how to make beaks. So you're gonna have your fingers together just like this. The 2 places that a man cannot protect or build muscle on are his eyes and his groin. You're gonna yell, eyes, eyes, eyes. The next one that I'm gonna show you is a knee strike. Now, I'm not a guy, but from what I understand, a knee strike will hurt a lot, especially if you're going up and under. No! 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 Keep breathing. Knee! Use your butt! Yeah, use your butt! Use your butt! Use your butt! Back off! Back off! Back off! Crazy! Woo! All right, so Christine, come on out. Christine's wearing a heart rate monitor, so we're gonna show you guys just how adrenalized you get and what your heart does when you get into that state. So she's got a heart rate monitor on. What are you at right now? 117. 117, 116 beats a minute. Use your voice, Christine. Hands up. Stop. Her heart rate's up to 161. Typically what happens when your body is in an adrenalized state, all of your blood goes to your vital organs because your body wants to stay alive. I like to think of training as realistic self-defense training. You want to create a situation where it's as real as possible without actually putting you in a situation where you could fear for your life.
I don't want you to hold back at all.
What if this guy was going to hurt your kids when you strike? It's good.
It's all through the breathing and it explodes with your voice. That's how you turn that emotion into go forward power.
Use your voice! Use your voice! The more that you can train yourself in an adrenalized state, the more you're going to be able to use all of the weapons that you have.
If there's one thing that is proven time and time again, fighting back is the way to go.
A dog is an extension of your family. Playtime, long walks, and unconditional love. But the family dog can also be used as an early predator warning and personal protection tool. A German Shepherd named Cyrus is credited with saving its family during a home invasion. On February 18, 2010, owner Michelle Pryor was awoken to Cyrus barking. After letting him out, she heard gunfire. As the dog lay wounded, Michelle's fiancé grabbed his gun and headed toward the noise. As he approached the kitchen, he fired his gun, killing the intruder. Cyrus's early warning saved the lives of his owners, giving them enough time to be prepared when the attackers busted in the house.
Anybody who has a well-trained dog in their home, that's another tool in your arsenal. Your dog may be the first line of defense against an intruder into your home. He may give you just enough time that you can work your way to a phone or a weapon in your home to protect yourself from there.
When a homeowner is going to look at what type of dog should they get, what type of training should they have, always keep in mind that it is a tool to protect you and your family, and that's one of the reasons why you're wanting to get this animal.
Jarrett Kaufman and Greg Black are two members of the Douglas County Canine Unit.
When you get into the Canine Unit, you end up going through a 10 to 12 week Canine Academy, which trains everything from basic obedience on up to chasing down a bad guy and apprehending him.
Breeds such as German Shepherd and Belgian Malinois are used to enforce public order by chasing and holding or detaining suspects. Other breeds of canines are also used for search and rescue, uncovering bombs and cadaver detection.
Axel is a 9-year-old Belgian Malinois. He's trained to do patrol work, which is locate and apprehend suspects, and he's also trained as a explosive detector dog.
Canine units go through extensive and intensive training scenarios before they go to work in law enforcement. One important training tool is the bite suit.
The suit I wear is made out of very heavy material. It's padded very well to provide protection for me as well as the dogs.
The scenario we've got set up here is an officer protection scenario. When they walk past this building, the decoy will pop out and engage Deputy Black, or attempt to, and you'll see how his dog reacts. So what we try and do is always put the dog between us and any possible threat. The unknown was the building there. The decoy came out, the dog engaged him, keeping that decoy away from the alpha male, the pack leader.
Human and canine jaws have similar basic components. The mandible or lower jaw is one of the strongest bone structures in the body. A human has a bite pressure of up to 120 pounds. A dog's bite pressure is up to 320 pounds on average. To put that into perspective, a lion has a bite pressure of 600 pounds.
What kind of advice would you have for somebody at home with a personal protection dog in their home?
Obviously, you need to have your dog well trained so they know what they're doing and liability reasons. Having a dog as personal protection, I think, is outstanding. By instinct, they want to protect their masters and their owners, so they'll never let you down.
So what can you do as the dog's owner and pack leader to utilize their sense of smell, their uncanny intuition, and unconditional devotion?
I'll have Matt hide somewhere in a room. We'll send the dog in to try and locate human odor, and we'll see what the dog does with the decoy when he finds him. Bad guy, if you're in my house, let me know where you're at. I've called the police and I have a trained dog with me. That's my trained dog. He will bite you. Run. The training is very important because any dog can bite, but to have a dog that bites upon command, tuck in, get him, and can release from that bite upon command. Bad guy, show me your hands. Good boy. Is very important. Do you think you would have been able to fight through that if you weren't wearing bite gear, protective gear?
No, once Boris had a hold of me, there was no way for him to release until Deputy Kaufman wanted him to release me.
So do you think that having a well-trained dog like this would be advantageous for a homeowner?
Just remember, you need to have the obedience training that's key in any type of dog handling and dog training.
Training your dog for defense takes time, patience, and the proper preparation.
The first step, I think, is you want to get a dog that's got the right drives. The German Shepherds and the Belgian Malinois and Dutch Shepherds. Getting down the basic obedience and training is excellent, but then I would definitely want to take it to the next level if you're going to be using them for protection. Search on the internet. There's a lot of different groups out there, and they actually do competitions. They do it as a sport, and those dogs are amazing.
Obedience is key. My suggestion is make sure you have a down, a recall, or a heel. You have an out command. That way if he does bite somebody, you can get him off.
In the end, no matter the size or breed of your family's dog, they can be a great predator warning, letting you know that a dangerous situation may be looming. Look for an accredited training facility in your area, and your beloved Fido can be another tool in your arsenal in your personal protection plan.